24 minutes before 11 o'clock. I was watching this piece this morning, Robin, and the piece was analyzing Donald Trump's choice of words, and the one word he uses the most often is I. And in the top 10 of his choice of words is the word Trump, is his last name, which is kind of interesting, right?
Yeah.
Although I'm not picking on Donald Trump, I think this is probably something we all do, although I don't use my last name a lot, but I do say I and me. And do you remember the Beatles had a song called, George Harrison in the Beatles wrote a song called I, Me, Mine.
Mm-hmm. You showed that to me. You refreshed my memory. I didn't realize.
I think what he was writing about was the fact that it's all about me and my needs and my concerns, and we have to start. We should, I guess, for our own benefit, actually think about other people. Mm-hmm. Our next guest has written a book called The Me Epidemic, a step-by-step guide to raising capable, grateful kids in an over-entitled world. Amy McCready wrote the book. I hope I said her last name right. It says here she's a recovering yeller.
I love that.
Does that mean she yelled a lot? And then did I ever yell? I used to yell a lot. I'm a kinder, gentler radio host now, right?
Yeah.
Amy is the founder of Positive Parenting Solutions. She appears on Today, Rachel Ray, CNN, Fox and Friends. Wait a minute. Rachel Ray still yells, doesn't she?
Yeah.
MSNBC, the Me Epidemic. Okay, we did that already. Good morning, Amy. How are you?
Good morning, Larry and Robin. I'm great, and thank you for having me.
And how do you pronounce your last name before I get it wrong again?
It's McCready.
McCready.
No,
okay.
you had it right, McCready.
All right. Well, thank you for being on there. And where are you?
I am in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
I love North Carolina. Just so you know.
I do too. It is hot here, but I'm sure it's hot where you are too.
It is hot, but I just like your state. It's just got everything. It's got mountains. It's got this beautiful coast, and I love that state. All right. So, are you familiar with the song "I, Me, Mine"?
I was not familiar with that song, but I was just getting such a chuckle out of your setup on the use of the word "I," and actually, believe it or not, there's research behind that. And I know I'm not going to be able to pull the numbers correctly, but there's research that shows that now we use the pronoun I much more than we used to. So
is that right?
It's not just Donald Trump; it's a societal issue.
Yeah, but they, of course, he's running for office, so people are going to pick on him, and so that's what they're trying to point out, that he's self-centered, but I think you're pointing out that we sort of kind of all are, unless your name is Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
Well, we sort of kind of are. You're right. And it's, the me epidemic. And kids aren't born with a sense of entitlement. It's not part of their DNA, but there's something going on here. And there are some societal reasons why kids tend to be a bit more self-centered, maybe more entitled. But there are things that we do from a parenting perspective. We're overindulging our kids, maybe overprotecting, overpraising them, jumping through hoops to make sure that they're happy, meeting their endless needs. So I think the good news is that there are also things that we can do to turn that around. So we can raise kids who are grateful and self-sufficient, responsible, respectful, all those things that we want in our young people.
So is there an exercise that you can show us in the book or just tell us about right now, or maybe more than one, where we maybe, I guess, take the kids to a nursing home and have them spend half of their allowance on somebody, or I don't know. Is there a way to maybe have an actual activity that can help undo that whole self-centered thing?
Absolutely. There's lots of things we can do. And the first piece starts with their allowance. And there's a whole kind of, system in place that I talk about in the book about how to use allowance most effectively for your kids. But we should absolutely have kids donate a portion of their allowance to some charitable cause. And I really recommend that it be something that the kids are interested in. So if they're interested in animals or whatever it is, let them donate their money to a cause that they care about. There are other things that we can do, like gratitude rituals on a daily basis, whether it's at your family meal or at night when you say prayers, whatever it is. Random acts of kindness are so important.
Yeah.
If we can model random acts of kindness, whether you're paying for the person behind you in the drive-through line or whatever it is, but also encourage your kids to do random acts of kindness, just maybe one a week. And you can brainstorm as a family different things that they can do. Imagine how that would uncenter their universe. It's not about me, me, me. It's about serving others, because that's what we're all here for. So there are so many things that we can do. Another one, everyone has a story. So if you're at a restaurant and the waitress is kind of grumbly, or, whatever, somebody's having a bad day, instead of commenting about, what a jerk that person is or how mean she is, say, I wonder what her story is. Everybody has a story. So it just kind of shifts our kids' focus to thinking about others and serving others in a way that is going to make them a better person, I think.
Yeah.
And does it matter the financial bracket for the attitude of the children as they're growing up?
Are the rich kids more spoiled?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that question, and the answer is no. I talk about in the book, I was working with a group of teachers in a really, really poor part of West Virginia, and they had at Christmas time, the local churches and so forth would bring the kids, clothing and different things, and so often they would hear, "Is this all I'm getting? Is this all I'm getting?"
Oh, no.
So it's not. Yes. So it is not just, middle class and upper income kids who are entitled. This is a society-wide problem. And so, again, the good news is that on so many levels, not just giving and serving, but just on so many areas, we can really turn that tide of entitlement so that kids are grateful, they're responsible, they're stepping up for responsibility.
Oh, I love that.
They're having they're having the skills that they need to be successful adults.
Do you know the Magic Team Penn and Teller? The Teller is the quiet guy,
yes.
The guy who never says anything. Well, the other day I was watching an interview and he was talking. Okay, so that was cool just to hear him talk. But he was talking about magic and how sometimes they show the audience how the trick is done. And the interviewer was asking, "Why do you do that?" And he said, "Because sometimes how the trick is done is actually more entertaining than the trick." And he said, and he compared it to Christmas, and this is how this connects to what you're talking about. He said, "Isn't it more amazing that parents give their children hundreds of dollars of gifts at Christmas time and never want them to know it's from them than it is to believe in a Santa Claus? Isn't it more amazing to realize that your parents didn't even want to take credit for these wonderful gifts?" And when you say about giving to others, I could give to others. I think there's even a Bible thing about this, where what have you done if you've bragged about it or something, right? So
That's right.
I don't know. So you could be giving to others, and it still could be self-serving.
Absolutely, and that's one of the key points of that random acts of kindness tool, is that you're not getting recognition for it. You're doing it because of a desire to serve and to give to others. The minute you get recognition for it, it totally changes it, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh! But how many times if you donated something, you have a choice, like online, it says, "Do you want to remain anonymous, or do you want people to know who you are?"
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've done this with what's that thing called? GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. Yeah.
And then you remain anonymous, and then the person who got the money is thanking everybody, and you're not listed. You go, "Oh man!"
Right. Your name's not on there.
Yeah.
But, that's right. We all have a little bit of an ego, right? So we kind of just have to recognize, okay, that's my ego talking. I need to put that aside and just give generously from the heart. So you're not alone in that, I'm sure.
I love the fact that you're focusing on children in this, because if we can raise a generation that is maybe less self-centered than maybe we were, maybe we're part of the problem, then I think that's going to make the world a better place.
Well, I certainly hope so. And again, the tools in the book are very action-oriented. It's not a lot of theory. It's specific things that parents can do to start to turn the tide of entitlement, whether they have little kids or older kids. So I really hope it's of service to parents.
Oh, and I just realized this is a short interview. I thought we were taking a break and coming back, but we're not. We're taking a break and going to somebody else. Amy, thank you for being on the air with us. What a great conversation, and thank you for writing this book. I once in a while, we'll stumble upon a book that I really, truly think will change the world, and this one could, if people will embrace what you're saying in it.
Well, I so appreciate that confidence, and I appreciate the opportunity to chat with you both today.
Go to amymccready.com. Is that right? Is that your website?
Yeah, so amymccready.com, or my other website is positiveparentingsolutions.com.
Okay.
And of course, the book is in paperback, available today anywhere. So, online or in bookstores.
And real quickly, I can give the one copy that was sent to me away. So if we have a listener who would like the copy, call us. It'll be there waiting for you. The rest of us have to go buy it. amymccready.com or positiveparentingsolutions.com. Amy McCready, thank you so much, Amy.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day.
You're welcome. We'll take a break. Be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A brief shower or two near the coast this morning. Otherwise, partly sunny. Inland thunderstorms for the afternoon. High of 90 to 94. The thunderstorms will end this evening. Then it clears back out tonight. Low 73 to 77. Tomorrow and Thursday, again, it's a shower near the coast.